John Quinn checking in on the A bus heading back to my apartment. I want everybody to know that I am not a hero and that I am one of the most deeply flawed human rights activists you'll ever encounter. Dabbling in drug addiction at times, having severe mental illness and trauma that I've suffered, living in a subsidized apartment that I don't properly clean, unable to properly do my own laundry right now because I don't have the resources. No friends, no family, no support. But I love this country with all my heart. And I've led a very unique journey that has now been catapulted geopolitical for some time with the People's Republic of China. And as evidence that they killed their own people, they never lodged a diplomatic protest with John Kerry on April 3rd, 2013. They allowed that to happen in silence. So when I turned to them, it was a big mistake, but they were the only people I could turn to give evidence and voice to the fact that I was almost wrong. I will not allow my life and my suffering and my hardship and what I've been through in these United States for the last 20-some years to be fodder for the People's Republic of China to kill and maim and imprison and execute their human rights activists. I refuse to bear that on my conscience, and I posted a letter to the PRC last night on Facebook. Mitch Snyder was another tortured soul who had a lot of demons like me. And when I say demons, yeah, I don't mean literally satanic demons. I mean demons of coping skills and being able to do things in a self-disciplined, modulated way as opposed to a haphazard way. I am what I am, and I have a lot of warts, and I don't apologize for it. I have respect for President Obama, President Bush, President Clinton, and George H.W. Bush, even for June 4th, 1989. But make no mistake about it, pro-democracy activists are still being persecuted from the events of June 4th, 1989. Pro-democracy intellectuals, human rights activists, and dissidents are being rounded up in wholesale numbers, imprisoned and brutalized. The People's Republic of China's human rights record is absolutely appalling. And I say that in the spirit of friendship of one leader in one country reaching out to the PRC and saying, I don't hate you. But killing is not the answer. Brutalizing is not the answer. Imprisoning is not the answer. Having a constructive dialogue with those who live in your country who have differing points of view is the answer. And while their view may not hold today, being willing to enter into those discussions is proof positive that the People's Republic of China is confident in the integrity of their government and that they can weather dissension, they can weather differing opinions, they can weather those who profoundly disagree with that which has gone on in China since June 4th, 1989. I also have grave concerns about Hong Kong. In June of 1997, when the handover occurred from Great Britain to China, to Hong Kong to China, there was an assurance given that there would be a 50-year clause where China would be an autonomous region allowed to flourish economically, politically, and in other regards. And I have grave fears that 50-year window has been cut substantially, and that people in Hong Kong, so Democratic activists are also being harassed, persecuted, and rounded up. I have a unique history with this president and with the PRC, and I don't seek to embarrass Barack Obama, but I'm not going to have it again on my conscience that what happened on April 3rd, 2013 is going to be licensure for the PRC to round their people up and kill with impunity, thinking they have the United States by the short hair. I wholeheartedly support Hillary Clinton for president. Donald Trump is, I say again, not suited for the presidency and would make our State Department completely emasculated at the expense of the Department of Defense. Donald Trump pulls the trigger first and engages in diplomacy second. The Department of Defense should never trump the Department of State. State always rules over Trump, over DOD. And when negotiations have failed, diplomacy has failed, mediation has failed, talks have failed, that's when you bring the military in. For every ambassador's carrot, there's a general's stick. And that's to be respected and honored for what it is, the backbone of protecting the national security interests of the United States of America. So I have the utmost respect for the Joint Chiefs of Staff and all of our armed forces. I have grave concerns that the Chinese, ranging from intellectual property theft to aggression in the Pacific, in the South China Sea, against our neighbors like the Philippines and Vietnam, is going unchecked. And they are harassing our naval fleet in the Pacific and trying to assert the idea that those waterways are their property. Just because they construct a few artificial islands to engage in military hostility is not going to deter the United States military from asserting the fact that the United States has every right to be in those waterways. I have concerns that my situation has proliferated incursions by the Chinese Navy into hostile stalemates with the U.S. Navy, and that includes the Chinese Air Force, flying dangerously close to our carriers and harassing them. That's all for now. John Quinn signing off.